Good morning to all my guitar playing friends out there in Facebook land. Ron Spencer here with another installment of my free daily guitar lesson. In the previous episodes here, I've concentrated on major minor tonality scales, tonality over standard 1-4-5 blues progressions, and this we'd like to raise the bar just a bit today here and explore some substitute chords that we can use when we're playing 1-4-5 to beef things up, make them a little jazzier sounding. So we got chord substitutions, passing chords, voice leading, all of those things there that we can incorporate and step outside of that straight 1-4-5. So I'm going to go through a couple of progressions and try to incorporate quite a few ideas in here. And then when I finish with that, I'm going to go back and explain one idea that you can work on and try to incorporate in your playing. And then we'll return to what we've been doing today, and I'll try to add some other concepts, on a day-by-day basis if there's an interest level out there for you. I hope there is. I hope this is helping to break your day somewhat. So here we go. Okay, so I'm going to pick out one thing here for you to work on. There was a lot of stuff in there. We can't cover that in one episode, obviously. So here's a strategy for going to your 4 chord in its normal 5th measure spot there in a 12 bar. So we wanted to reconceptualize this. We want to look at the 4 chord is now a 1 chord and precede it by its 2 and its 5 chord. So in the harmonized major scale, or in this case our D chord is our 4 chord. So now in the key of D, there's our D note on the A string of the 5th fret. If we move that up a whole step, we now have the root note of its 2 chord. So in the harmonized major scale, the 2 chord would be a minor chord. So I'm going to use a E minor 9 here, and that chord is spelled out the A string on the 7th fret, the D string on the 5th fret, the G string on the 7th fret, the B string on the 7th fret. Again, it sounds like this. So in the measure right before the 4 chord occurs, normally a 5th measure of a 12 bar, I'm going to play that for 2 beats. And then I'm going to go to the 4 chords 5 chord, which in this case is our actual 1 chord in the key of A that we're playing in. I know, mind blown, it's getting confusing here, but just follow me. So now I've got a half a measure left before the 4 chord comes in, so I'm going to take 1 beat to play an A13. Okay, so that chord is spelled out on the fretboard, the E string on the 5th fret, A string is muted. We also have the D string on the 5th fret, G string on the 6th fret, B string on the 7th fret. I'm going to play that for 1 beat. Then I'm going to lower that B string that's on the 7th fret down to the 6th fret. So it goes from being a 6th, or a 13th in this case, because we already have a flat 7 incorporated into the chord here. I'm going to move that down a half a step, and now it becomes a sharp 5, I think. Might be some debate about that, but we're moving down from the 6th step of the scale down to the sharp 5. Okay, so into that ninth chord, that's our 4 chord. So what we just heard in those chords was. So there's our voice leading the 6 to the sharp 5 to the 5th of the 1 chord. So in our chords that we were using, the E minor 9, the A13, A7 sharp 5, I think. So that's going to give us a ramp ourselves into the 4 chords. We have a little. It's got some nice voice leading going on there. So think about, incorporating that. You kind of want your bass player to be doing the same thing as well. If you're playing along with a bass player, he wants to know what you're doing and follow along with those chords and make more sense, I think, in general. So we'll touch bases again tomorrow. Pick out another idea that we can incorporate in our blues playing to jazz it up a bit. So hope everybody's staying well out there. Hope you have a good day. Maintain, stay positive. We'll see you tomorrow.